Do I have a surprise for you? I am moments away from talking to one of the most important people of South Jordan. So if you're thinking of moving to this area, you're definitely going to want to stick around. Maybe if you've already thought about moving here, you're definitely going to watch this. So stick around because we're going in there and talking with the mayor. Okay, as promised, I always save the best for last. So I am super excited to bring you one of the most important people of South Jordan, Mayor Ramsey. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Well,
Greatly
hello,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for coming in.
I know
so
it's
nice
been,
to have you here.
Yeah, it's been quite the journey to get this to happen, but I'm
Right.
glad it did because we got the opportunity to meet a couple times
Yes.
and see some great event. You actually put on something for the first time. It was, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the State of South
State
Jordan?
of the City.
State of the City.
Yes. Yeah, and we did it as an event. I didn't want it to be just a speech. Sometimes those get a little boring. Some, they
Yeah.
can be. I wanted to have it be something a little more fun and really informative. So we put together an event and recorded it. It's available on our website for anybody who wants to see.
Yeah, it's really neat to get some insight of what's going on in the community. Really hear it from the leaders, and I thought it was great. And I mean, you're going to continue to do it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll do it as long as I'm here. We'll
There
see.
you go.
So I don't know.
So keep voting your
Yeah.
own. Well, we'll just go ahead and jump on into some questions if you don't mind.
Love it.
So community development, I mean, that's always a big thing. So South Jordan is obviously experiencing huge growth, and more people are contemplating moving here. Can you provide some insight into the city's development plans and and what prospective residents can anticipate in terms of community growth and infrastructure?
Yes, that's what we work the most on, right? It's making sure that we have the right plans and the right planning in place. We are going to continue to grow. That's not something that we can stop, nor is it something that we want to stop, but it has to be done right. Right? It's important that we have the right infrastructure in place. It's important that the infrastructure exists prior to development so that we don't get swallowed up and miss transportation corridors and things like that. It's important that those things happen. So we're working very hard on that. We have a great deal of development still happening on the west side of our city.
Mm-hmm.
We have more build out in the Daybreak community. We have a shoreline community that's going to be coming online, 200 acres there. And we have the Rio Tinto property that has annexed into the city in the last year. That's another 2,280 acres. There's still quite a bit to grow. We have infill projects across the city, but not as much growth happens outside of the west side anymore. A lot of it is built out, but there's still quite a bit to get done.
There's a lot. I mean, you're already 22 square miles and you're continuing to add to that.
Yes.
The big one is obviously the stadium out there.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing that everybody's talking about. And it sounds like you guys have done a really good job of planning how to get people in and out. So can you, reassure people moving there that they're not going to have traffic jam 24/7?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. People have been overwhelmingly excited about the stadium and about the urban center we're putting around it with the jobs and housing and good professional opportunities and cool restaurants and family-friendly opportunities, lots of whatever you're looking for. It will be there. The only question is people who lived close by. There's a 55 and older community close by that said, is this going to bring all the traffic through our community? No, it won't be routed that way at all. We've worked really hard on the transit end of things and have a new transit station that's been approved and will get started hopefully pretty soon. But it's been approved by the Utah Transportation Commission, and it will let out right to the stadium. So right now we've got the South Jordan Parkway transit stop and the Daybreak Parkway transit stop, and this will be located between the two and walk right out. That's going to allow a lot more people in and out on the train, and they don't even have to come and park close by. They can, if people drive their cars to a certain point or come from somewhere different, they can access the train at a variety of points and get in. We've worked really closely with UDOT. We are planning additional entrance and exit points off of the Mountain View corridor. And we just secured some funding with the legislature just this last week to help with one of our main corridors in and out of the area. So folks, they don't get stuck in the mess. We don't want a mess. That's the goal. And we know that when you open up, if it's a mess, people are just going to refer to it as a mess. We do not want that. We want it to be comfortable and convenient for everyone who wants to come and those who are there all the time.
Of course. And I mean, that kind of attributes to your guys' philosophy about, quality of life and family, so that kind of goes into my next question. So obviously South Jordan is known for its high quality of life. Could you highlight some amenities and recreation opportunities and cultural offerings that make South Jordan an attractive place for individuals and families considering a move?
Yes. Yeah, we have, so interestingly, our geography is unique in that we are the longest linear boundary of any city in the state. We're a long, skinny city. So we have to have these stations that have opportunities, that have access to amenities, job centers, commercial centers scattered all the way across the city from east to west. We're working hard on that. We have more of them right now on the east side, and we're in the process of developing some bigger ones on the west side, as I talked about the urban center. But we have fantastic parks. We have splash parks. Last year, we opened the Bingham Creek Regional Park, we opened phase 1, but which will become the largest regional park in all of Salt Lake County, one of the largest parks in the state of Utah, as the phases build out. There's 2 more phases to go, but it's a beautiful, incredible amenity. We have the Glenmore Golf Course here in South Jordan. We love Glenmore, and we have Mulligan's, which if you're not, a professional golfer and are like, that's kind of intimidating to me, you're going to love Mulligan's. We've got a 13-hole course there and mini golf and lots of things. Families love going there. Our driving range is busy at Mulligan's year round. It's heated and covered, so it's busy year round. 100%. And so people really like these things. We've got performing arts happening, and we have a new performing arts center that we're working with the county, and a county-owned public arts performing arts facility will be coming to the city as well. So we're working hard.
It sounds like, in Mulligan's, I do golf a little bit, and it's actually a great little facility. It's probably one of the best practice facilities for golf, actually. Yeah. I love it.
It's very busy.
You guys actually just put a decent amount of money into that to actually make it bigger or better, right?
We did, yes. So Mulligan's, we decided as a city a number of years back that we would take any money that comes through Mulligan's and reinvest it immediately back into Mulligan's. That's what it does. So It's sustaining and it's very popular. People love it year round. It's nice to have somewhere you can still golf in the winter. Even if there's snow out there, you can go, hit a bucket of balls, and people do.
Right. And so we definitely have a lot of opportunities as far as employment. So understanding the local economy is crucial. Could you share some insights into current economic opportunities and business developments that are in South Jordan?
Yes. We've got a lot of growth happening with our largest employer, Merit Medical, here is getting ready to build a whole nother building. They just continue to expand. Their global headquarters are here, medical manufacturing. Yeah. But I believe they're in 9 different countries, and their headquarters are here, and they just continue to grow. So we've got growth among our large business sectors and also amongst our small businesses. I get a printout every month of the number of business licenses that have been applied for and taken out, whatever. And it's just so great to see. I had a young friend who went to school with my kids, sent a text last week that said, I just went and applied for a business license in South Jordan. And I love that. That's good, because small businesses are the heart of who we are as a community 100%. And as America. And we need our larger anchor businesses as well. And at this point, we've got a good mix, a good balance, which I think is critical, because it's as you mentioned, quality of life. Keeping our taxes low is important. And the way to do that is to have a strong microeconomy that helps build job creation and allow places for people to work closer to home. We're really working on that. We have such a highly skilled, highly educated community, and a lot of folks still have to travel to get to work. So we're trying to bring a lot more of those jobs closer to where people live, take them off the roads and let them work closer to home.
Perfect. Are there any specific industries that South Jordan focuses on or would really like, to see more of, or what they're currently bringing in?
We have a lot of new kind of recreational, if you will, businesses that are interested in coming here as they see what we're doing with the urban center by the ballpark and stuff. We've got folks there's kind of a new market for some of the recreation companies, pickleball companies, stuff like that. And they're popping up everywhere and people are loving them. We have a lot of interest in that, but we've got a lot of tech companies here. We're just outside the Silicon Slopes, kind of the heart, that point of the mountain, Utah County area. We fall just outside of that, but we don't actually. We have a lot of tech companies here and a lot more that are interested. We've got a lot of good startup companies happening here. Yes. So we love it. Bring your companies and bring your ideas, and we'll help grow them into successful businesses. Perfect. And we'll help supply it with some good employees.
So I got an off-topic question. So I heard you're a little daring.
I don't know.
Yeah, and you were participating in a fire exercise, or what's the story behind this? What was?
Back when I ran for mayor the first time, I offered to do a program. I wanted to spend time with every department in the city to really understand what it takes to run the city and make South Jordan the amazing place that it is. These are the people who are boots on the ground, right? Yeah. Doing the work of it every day, our employees. And so I offered to do what I called a walk a day in my shoes program, and to show our public show our residents what it is, what it takes, what they do, and just help inform people and help them understand what are my tax dollars being used for and how are they making this the place that I love living, the place that I feel different about when I pull in, that I just feel the quality here.
Right.
We hear that from folks all the time. So yes, I did a whole day, a couple of days with our fire department, and boy, that's hard work. It's very hard work. The equipment that they wear is no joke. I mean, I did rappelling. They had me,
You were in full bunker gear?
Full gear. And they had me go to the test facility where they practice, the practice facility, and put out a building fire, an authentic, legit building fire. And I am telling you, walking in, it's black and it's deafening and it's just loud and it's hard to even have your senses about you. And the equipment's so heavy, and it was a surreal experience. I gained such an appreciation. And I kind of mashed it. I did a good job putting that fire out. We've got footage to show it. But I learned so much and gained such an appreciation for the work that goes into making South Jordan what it is. And to me, it's important to highlight that to the residents so they know those are the folks doing it. And their money's being put to good use.
Yeah, that's great. Where it gets involved. I love it. Obviously, me being in real estate, I always am, curious about what we're doing as far as making housing more affordable to people and kind of what things we're implementing. So given the importance of housing in the market for potential residents, are there any upcoming projects in South Jordan aimed at easing the current strain on inventory?
Yes, I appreciate you asking that. Let me tell you really quickly about one that we completed recently. So it's not upcoming, we just got it done, but we partnered with Ivory Homes. We approached Ivory Homes and they had a development they were doing, and we asked if they'd be interested in partnering with us if we as a city helped work some infrastructure out and work some things out up front to help buy down the cost of development for 9 of the units. 9 doesn't sound like that moves the needle very far. We made 9 affordable housing units. We actually prioritized those in a comprehensive partnership with Ivory Homes and Ivory Innovations, but we prioritized those to be available anyone who qualified for the affordable housing level, but prioritized employees of the city or of the school district.
Oh, there you go.
And I'll tell you what, they sold fast. The waiting list was long. And to those 9 families who now can live in the community that they work in and love, it is a game changer. And so we're trying to do that on a larger scale now.
Right.
Working with the Larry H. Miller Company in their development that they have in Daybreak near the track station, near the urban center and the ballpark that we're putting in. We are working on using a tool that the state came out with a year ago. The legislature authorized the housing transit reinvestment zones to put in a little more dense housing just around transit zones where it fits best, not in our single family communities, but where it fits the most. And it also has a requirement for a certain amount of affordable housing, and we exceeded that. And so it takes unique public-private partnerships to make those things happen.
Yeah.
We're also working with Ivory on some affordable senior housing that we're going to put in. We're going to do housing. We have a lot of seniors who have lived here for a long time. They want to stay in this community. And we have a lot of beautiful senior facilities and neighborhoods and communities. But the need for affordable senior housing exists as well for those who are living on Social Security, and they may find themselves with less income than they've ever had before, but they want to stay here. They want to be in our community. They want to stay close to their friends and family. And so we're working on an affordable housing project with Ivory Innovations that we're really excited about.
Gotcha. So about how many units or doors do you expect that to actually come onto the market with the next 5 or so years?
You know what? That's over the next 5 or so years. Between all of them, it's hard to say. There will be a lot.
Gotcha.
There will be a lot. I can't give you a firm number yet because some of those are still being finalized and worked out, but it will be quite a few. I know in the HTRZ zone around the transit stops, there will be about 500 affordable units.
Ooh, there you go.
The final number is still being negotiated just based on numbers and metrics and things, but it'll be significant. It'll be notable. It will benefit residents in this community who already live here and those who may want to come here. I think that's one of the things I'm the proudest of that we've accomplished in South Jordan over the last number of years is providing options, housing options, so that every stage of life you can find somewhere to live in South Jordan, and with a much broader variety of incomes you can find somewhere nice to live in South Jordan and you can afford to be here. I think that's important.
Yeah.
I think it makes for a better community, and it keeps families closer together because they're at different stages in life. I have 6 kids. I wish they still lived here. You know, the ones that are right now, they're in school and kind of moved about, but I hope they come back. They want to come back, and I want to make sure they have something to come back to that they can afford to buy.
I mean, you can't get any better of a mayor. She's really concerned with the citizens. And even though that South Jordan is probably one of the higher property value places, they're still doing stuff so everybody can have the amazing amenities that offered out in the western part of South Jordan. That is including Daybreak, obviously. So there you go. There's the, the information right from the source. Stay tuned. We'll have more for you later. Hey, hopefully you enjoyed that interview. It's always incredibly fun to sit down with local leaders because not only do I learn a lot, but I also get to teach you guys something. So you're going to want to stick around until next week because I actually move on to Harriman City and we get involved there and look at some of the community offerings. So if you have any questions about the South Jordan community, feel free to drop me a line. Would love to hear from you guys because it lets me know that my information is getting to the right people. So without further ado, my favorite houses of the week.